Welcome to Level 1 Reddit, where we give you your daily Reddit fix. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss what's trending in Reddit. We're going to start with today's show with a Get Motivated. And this one is featuring one of my favorite comedians of all time, Robin Williams. And it goes something like this. You never know how much of a difference you can make to somebody. And it goes on to read like this. When Christopher Reeve was in a hospital after the riding accident that paralyzed him, Robin Williams burst through the door wearing scrubs and announced in a Russian accent that he was a proctologist and needed to examine him immediately. Reeve said it was the first time he'd laughed since the accident, and from that moment on, he knew that life was going to be okay. I just think that is so Robin Williams. And I was wondering, I'm like, that is so random that Robin Williams would come to Christopher Reeve's aid. And then I was reading some of the comments here. And here's some of the comments. The first one is, they were roommates in Juilliard. I had no idea. I had to double check that. And I came across this article from biography.com. And it says, Robin Williams and Christopher Reeve's devoted friendship began as Juilliard roommates. Through laughter and tears, the comedian and Superman star maintain a brotherly bond. I had no idea that they were actually very close together. And, God bless them. Two amazing humans that were taken way too soon. The second comment reads, it really is heartbreaking to think about how many smiles and laughs Robin Williams created in other people, yet he was in so much pain inside himself. A very brilliant and wonderful man, one of the few actors I actually emotionally hurt for when he passed. And a third comment, Robin Williams could make everyone smile but himself. And that is so true. Robin Williams loved to be the center of attention. If there was a universe among comedians, I think he was definitely the sun. And I think everything revolved around that man. And I wish I saw him live. His type of comedy is very close to what I do. And he's someone that I would idolize as a comedian. It's just very tragic what had happened to him. But this information that I found out today was so cool that I didn't know that Superman, one of my childhood heroes, and Robin Williams, one of my favorite comedians, were actually roommates. I mean, what are the chances of that happening? I think that is so cool. Alright, moving on to the next story. This one kind of caught my eye only because it was not only because it was trending, but because it was just one of those things that is so bizarre, and I can't believe people still don't know this. So the story goes something like this. I got my period on a weekend getaway with my boyfriend, and he got mad at me. He told me I should just hold it in. I can't believe this actually happened to me. I've been dating this guy for 5 months. We never really had any issues or never really had any arguments until last weekend. We planned on a weekend getaway at my parents' weekend house in the woods, and we were really excited for it. We got there on Friday night, and on Saturday, I woke up and I was on my period. I wasn't supposed to be for another 4 or 5 days. My period was pretty much always on time, so I didn't even think it wasn't going to be now. But when I'm on my period, I always have horrible cramps. I took a painkiller, but it didn't help much. So obviously, I told my boyfriend, and he got really mad at me. Apparently, he came there to go hiking and have sex and stuff, but well, that wasn't going to happen now. It wasn't my fault though. I can't control my period, but apparently, that's something he doesn't know. He literally said I should have waited and hold it in until we were back home. Because yes, that's exactly how it works. I'm so mad at him right now. It was so ignorant of him to say that. And it's not like we can't go there any other time really. I don't understand his reaction. We haven't spoken since, and I don't know what to do. Well, I think most of the comments here, I only picked 3 comments, but I think all the comments are pretty much all the same, and it goes something like this. The first one: at least you've only been dating 5 months. He gave you an out, like a big, I don't care about your feelings, and I'm also a huge idiot out. Take it. Totally agree with that one. Second comment: regardless of this man's understanding of female anatomy, his partner was in pain and his only concern was how it inconvenienced him. A massive red flag. And finally, the third comment: sounds like ex-boyfriend material to me. Yep, exactly. Um, and I'm not defending the guy here at all. I mean, the guy's completely in the wrong, not knowing the female anatomy. But a little quick story. When I was, I'm not gonna say what age I was. Let's just say when I was in high school, I was. I can't believe I'm actually saying this. When I was in high school, I was receiving oral sex from a woman, my classmate at the time, and right when she was about to finish, I pulled her head out, and she was like, well, "Why'd you do that?" And I said, "Well, I'm afraid I'm gonna get you pregnant." And I said that to some of my friends, and I never heard the end of it. I just figured if my seed goes inside a woman, voila, it's pregnancy. I I had no idea it actually, had to go through the whole eggs ovulation type thing. Apparently, I missed that part when I was in sex education. We didn't even have sex ed. It was called something else, like I forget what the class was called in junior high. But this happened in high school, and God, that I feel so ignorant. Felt so ignorant. So again, I'm not defending this guy about him not knowing that a period is not like a pee, dude. I mean, they just can't hold it in. It just kind of comes out of nowhere. It's not like a fart where you can just hold it in and be like, hey, just hold your fart the entire weekend. We're in a getaway while I have sex with you. that's not how it works, man. But like I said, everybody makes mistakes, and when I was in high school, I made that mistake, and in my own defense, I was in high school. All right, I don't know how old these people are. They didn't say what their age were, but if they're able to go, to the cabin, just by themselves for the weekend, I'm assuming they're old enough to drive. So, I'm assuming they're old enough. Put it that way. So I just thought that was really, really freaking interesting. And last information that we have here, uh, the inventor of the N95 mask had retired, but he now works 20 hours a day, mostly for free, to fight COVID-19. His central finding was that N95 masks can be heated at 158 degrees Fahrenheit for 60 minutes using a dry heat method without diminishing the filtration technology. And his hypothesis was validated by the National Institute of Health. So basically, I'm going to read some of the comments here first. Hey, I didn't know the inventor of the N95 mask is a Taiwanese Chinese American. His name is Peter Tsai. I think it's Peter Tsai. It's Tsai. Tsai? I'm not sure. The second comment. The same thing for one of the inventors of the modern servo ventilator, Bjorn Johnson. He is currently working on developing a ventilator specific for COVID-19. He didn't even have a wiki page before the pandemic. Same thing for Peter Tsai. It's amazing how so many people are working, putting their brains together, and trying to help the world fight this pandemic. This article right here from the Washington Post, it says that he retired, but now he works right here. I started working almost 20 hours a day, he said, adding he's doing it mostly on a volunteer basis, but I didn't mind. He tried everything he could think of to cheaply sterilize the mask without losing filtration efficiency. He boiled them, steamed them, baked them in the oven, and left them out in the sunlight for extended periods of time. Then he ran tests. Um, so basically, he's trying to figure out what's the best way to decontaminate the N95 mask so we can wear it over and over again, because it's not cheap. N95 masks, especially right now with the COVID-19, is very, very high in demand, and because it works. So again, like the last comment says, it's amazing how so many people are working, putting their brains together, and trying to help the world fight this pandemic. It is quite amazing. Everyone's putting their brains together and fighting this disease, this pandemic. I give him a complete 2 thumbs up for doing what he does, and I hope more people would appreciate what he does. And if you are told to wear a mask outside, not just for your safety, but for the safety of others, please do, because there's people out there who works 20 hours a day, like Peter Tsai, and if you don't wear masks, you're basically saying, my life is more important than yours. Screw you. And I don't think that's cool, guys. So if you guys have watched some of my videos, I don't think we're gonna be wearing a mask forever. But until we're out of this pandemic, please do. I know I do. I wear mask 8 hours a day at my work. It's mandatory with gloves on too. So it gets really hot. Sometimes I feel like I'm being waterboarded when I start sweating on that cloth material mask that I wear. But you know what? It's for the safety. It's for my safety and safety of the people that I work with. So we do it. That's all the show that we got for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching Level 1 Reddit. Please subscribe if you like this content. New videos are out daily around 5 a.m. Monday through Friday. And until I come up with a better slogan, we're going to stick with "You are beautiful." I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.